Ooh, snap. The hell happened to the NASDAQ? LTCN. Whoa, 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 whoa. No way. Morning, Rob. Okay, I wonder what the hell just happened. All right, let's see what's going on today. AMC up, Myrna up. Oh, big. Coronavirus breakthrough has shareholders smiling. What happened there? I'm missing something. Moderna's coronavirus is 94.5% effective according to company data. Is that what tanked the markets? Ooh, yeah. Basically, that's what just tanked the markets. Apparently vaccines are bad for markets. I guess they're still thinking less stimulus or something. All right. So interesting. So Myrna up, AMC up again. All the same ones that happened the other day. They're all Signature Bank of New York's up here. It's the same group of stocks up on vaccine news. What's lower? Space, U, NIO, Zoom, Peloton, Net. Are they just trying to rotate out or JD? Choppy. Yeah, it should it should be -1. Well, give or take, Rob. Give or take. Down 7. Yeah, not as bad as you would kind of predict on a day like that. Holding pretty steady, which isn't bad. I agree. I agree. It's not too bad. Tesla looks like it's not headed in the right direction. That's a bit of an ominous opening candle for Tesla. Kind of don't like that one. We'll see if it can hold above 400, but I don't know. If the market's going to have tailwind or headwinds, maybe Tesla will as well at this stage. Still no major accumulation signs on Tesla. I did take an early position in it. We'll see how that goes. Probably not so well the way the market's looking right now. Don't have general participation. GBTC. I was just looking a little bit ago at Litecoin. So it has LTCN and Litecoin. Look at Litecoin lately. It was down here at 34 bucks. It's up at 150 right now. This is October 10th or October 9th. I'm looking at it today. I don't know where it was on October 9th, but not that. It hasn't risen that much. So there's October 9th at 45 to 70. So definitely not the same percentage gain as it is over here on the GBTC trust. I'm sorry, the Grayscale trust. This is a Grayscale trust, I think. Yeah, LTCN, Grayscale Litecoin. So it's got they're just eating the crap out of this thing for whatever reason. I have no idea why, but Like it has gone up ridiculously lately, which is, I mean, I can't complain about it too much, but I mean, Litecoin seems to be turning a corner too. Did I see your comment about similar candle at NIO earlier? No, I did not actually. In stocks? Where'd you post it? You talk about the tiny GM car. You did a whole thing about not. You didn't post a chart though. Did you, I guess I just don't know what I'm looking for. Yeah, you talked about GM, and I guess GM has a little electric car, and GM's doing pretty good. Um, yeah, not too mad at GM. And put LTCN on here. But if you look at GM, they've actually been on a tear. They put in a cup with handle base right here. They kind of undercut a decent amount, but came back pretty good after that. On 7-8. Oh, the other big ass red candle. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't look too deep into it though. It's a good call. Let's check it out. So there's the big red candle in NIO. Fairly similar. Yeah, it didn't come down too much. Actually went up the next 2 days. It never closed higher than that peak though. On that big red day, never closed higher. And looks like Tesla's bouncing back off that trend line. And yeah, it did go on for another consolidation, which was a good buy point. So, I mean, while yesterday's signal was definitely a shot across the bow, you definitely could have gone off on that. Um, yeah, I think longer term it may be fine. We just have to wait and see how that consolidation. But look, I mean, if you're taking a run from 20 to 50, not that anyone took that whole leg, but if you got that whole leg, I mean, you can exit on that massive sign of failure and then wait for everything to kind of play itself out. Um, but I mean, longer term, could NAO have more upside potential? Maybe. I also have a loose feeling that the markets are giving. Okay, so markets are basically driven on themes and growth generally. Now you have your Warren Buffetts that like to buy value, but a majority, especially the things that kind of catch the attention of the public, and a lot of hedge funds and stuff, tend to be companies that have more growth prospects, and so they tend to value them more. So I was thinking about this over the weekend. If you have a Tesla and an NIO and an LI and an XPeng that are really kind of leading the electric car revolution, they value that more than they do GM and Ford is actually selling cars, as weird as that sounds. At the same time, in that GM chart, what you're noticing is maybe those same growth investors coming back into GM is like Rob said, they have some EVs that are doing really good in China. So maybe the fact that Tesla's been so heavily valued versus GM and versus Ford isn't the fact that Tesla's super overvalued or the fact that GM and Ford are super undervalued. It just has to do with the fact that the market doesn't care about GM and Ford because they know what they're going to do, and it's nothing exciting. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Now, GM and Ford they do pay dividends, so that's going to play in a little bit. But usually, when it comes to stock valuations and stock price, I mean, you're not going to find. I mean, if you look at GM, the weekly chart up here, the reason why, I mean, GM's been making money, but the reason they're not doing anything or haven't done anything is because they haven't been growing. They've been stagnant. All your growth is in the electric vehicle segment right now. It's going to go from 1% of the market to 100% of the market likely in 15, 20 years. Well, not 100%, but 90, 95, 98% of the market. I mean, the ramp up in the EVs is very, very dramatic. So I think it's going to take over pretty quickly. So I think they're paying a loose premium for it. I mean, Tesla's a little bit of a different animal because it has multiple business segments. It's not just selling cars; it has multiple business segments. But anyway, that was kind of my kind of my thought on that. Yeah, because you look at GM performance and Tesla performance, and GM's going to be a flat line across the bottom through this whole time. Because here's 2013, right? You pop Tesla. So there's 2013. So GM's been here the entire time at like $9, $7, and then Tesla's at 500, and GM is still at $5. GM's at about $6 to $7 right now in relation to Tesla. So they're definitely paying for growth. They're not paying for, just being able to make something, I guess. So anyway, that may be the theory on why you're seeing some of these electric vehicles with so much more of a valuation than versus Teslas. They're buying the excitement, they're buying the growth, they're looking forward, and they're not really caring about the value today. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I don't have, we'll see, but all right, so Nasdaq's bounced back a little bit, 0.3% now. Rob says PXS has bad earnings. We're going to look at a dumpster fire. We are going to look at a dumpster fire. All right, well, not exciting to begin with on the weekly time frame. So let's take a look. Space not having a good day today. We talked about Space. I think it was last week or the week before. They had earnings, and I guess they didn't like what they heard on the earnings, but we're still within our range. So, we can continue to keep an eye on it. Let's go see what the earnings were like. Rescheduled New Mexico spaceflight due to COVID-19 guidelines. Test flight schedule in response to new state government restrictions. Okay, so it looks like they have a flight that they've got to postpone. When was it going to happen? They're postponing it to next week? Was it going to happen today? Now I'm interested. Research flights. We'll search in the past 24 hours. Here we go. Virgin Galactic next space flight test delayed. Looks like Reuters has one down too. Let's go check it out. Companies aiming to obtain a commercial operating license from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration after conducting a certain number of test flights. The latest spaceflight was planned for between November 19th to 23rd. Oh, New Mexico's entered a stay-at-home order through November 30th? Oh, that's going to fuck up their plans. Virgin Galactic has said it has 600 customers who've signed up to fly in suborbital flight for $250,000 and more than 400 more who've expressed an interest. So what does that work out to? Because it's too early in the morning for me to do math. 250,000 times 600. $150 million in sales, potentially. Of course, they could take, 9 per flight? So 66 flights. I wonder how long it would take them for a turnaround flight. Maybe 1 a week? So maybe they'll improve over time. You can argue they're going to do it in a year. $150 million revenue in a year for space, and they're building a second vehicle. So some space tourism stuff. $5 billion valuation. 150 million sales, 5 billion valuation. $33 price to sales. We've seen worse. I think Tesla price to sales only 13. So yeah, still maybe a little bit overvalued. We'll see. I guess that would be a good reason to dump the stock 10%. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. What's going to push them out? But yeah, New Mexico goes into lockdown. Hey, bud. What's up, kiddo? Okay. Oh, okay. You gonna check it out? All right. So New Mexico stay-at-home order. I never heard about that. Of course, who hears about anything in New Mexico? New Mexico hits reset, enacting most heightened level of. This is the press release from the governor of New Mexico. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham and state health officials on Friday announced the state of New Mexico will temporarily reenact a statewide order closing in-person services for all non-essential activities in order to blunt the unprecedented spike of COVID-19 illness. The restrictions are effective Monday 16th through November 30th, so no Thanksgiving if you're in New Mexico. New Mexicans are instructed to stay at home except for those trips that are essential to health, safety, and welfare, food and water, emergency health care, or to obtain a flu shot or to obtain a test for COVID-19. Wow. You gotta stay home, son. Essential businesses such as grocery stores, pharmacies, shelters, childcare facilities, gas stations, childcare facilities? Really? Really? Infrastructure operations and others must minimize operations and in-person staffing to the greatest extent possible, must remain open for limited essential in-person activities. A complete list of categories and businesses defined are blah, blah, blah at the bottom of the newsletter. So it looks like the 30th right now. Does New Mexico have crazy cases? I don't know. All right, NASDAQ 0.37. Rob says NIO coming back. It is coming back a little bit. I'm not ready to jump in though. I'm sorry, that big red candle scares me. Not ready for what it has to offer. So Tesla, waiting for Tesla to shift momentum at some stage. I don't know. It's definitely pointing down. Wonder if Elon's going to have a press release trick under his sleeve, or if we're actually going to move lower in Tesla, which definitely would be something we haven't seen in a very long time. You're still in NIO. You held through all that 29.79. Yeah, pick your exit point, Rob. Pick your exit point. You've had a history of letting some big gainers go, so if that's not the case, correct me. But I remember you complaining about that. But after a huge candle like that is a lot of selling pressure. Usually, some more will show up. A lot of people recognize there'll be resistance around that 50 level, and you may see some up there. So just know what you're gonna do with it. Hey, what's up, Ellie? Good morning. All right. So I don't know if you heard the news, Ellie. We can recap for you. UAL's going because it's actually stalling. It looks like Moderna has. So remember how Pfizer has a 90% effective rate against COVID? Moderna's vaccine is 94.5%. So three less people will die if you use Moderna's vaccine than if you don't. But it's gapping up Moderna, but it did kind of fumble the markets today. And what you're seeing today is the same thing we saw in the Pfizer vaccine. Moderna, instead of Pfizer, it's Moderna. You're noticing all the beaten down COVID stocks coming back today. Royal Caribbean, AMC, Very Fine Foods is up here today. That's interesting. Look at that, breaking that trend line pretty handily. Maybe we've already turned a corner on Very Fine Foods. Oh no, half tempted to jump in a little bit. I can get 100 shares of that. Looks pretty good. Did I like NIO doing waves? I don't know. I'm not in it, so I don't really care. Volume this morning on Very Fine Foods is pretty good. It handled this really nicely. So we'll see. What, Ellie? Very Fine Foods or NIO? What do you mean that's not how we trade? I already exited. I can't enter on a big candle like that, on a big red candle. I just can't do it. Oh. Well, no, I care. So this is my thoughts on NAL go like this, Okay, are we basing and ready to break out? No. Have we topped? Loosely, yes. So I'm not interested. That's kind of how it ebbs and flows. So it's a relatively quick evaluation, but the large points remain. Huge red candle taken out a full day, and that's a sign in my book that is a no go sign for the most part. I mean, it would have to do something super drastic in order to bounce back. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can't have any confidence in an extended run in NIO at this stage of the game after a candle like that. You know, I just can't. I just can't see it. Did they? Ah, did we miss them? It's actually Lucy's still in a breakout area right now. If it continues going, it's not too bad. We're just consolidating here. We're trying to break out here at this 50 level. Oh, I don't know if we did, Ellie, because we were talking about them. Whoops. We were talking about them, I think, on this Friday, and then they gapped up, and all week they've been consolidating, so I'm not sure if we missed them at all. If it breaks out here at 50, if this continues going, let me add it to the actionable list. We didn't have it on here, I don't think. Well, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Pick on everything Randy says. What's new? But I guess the question is, where do these guys go from here, Ellie? So you break out from 35 to 50. Oh, Micron's up 4%. Oh, darn, it's crossing our line here. Shit. So do we have to jump in Uber and Micron? Man, Micron's already up significantly. I know we had a. Didn't we look at something with Micron? We did. It was a 342% trade for 9/17/2021. Oh, I'm interested in stuff, Ellie. Don't say I'm not interested in stuff. I still got some cash to deploy. Actually, a lot of cash to deploy. Yeah, Ellie, he wants Tesla to drop so he can buy some stock and hold it. All right, Very Fine Foods. I kind of like this one. SNDL missing earnings by 600%. That's only down 6%. That's not too bad. Eh, too crazy. I do like Very Fine Foods though. This is looking up. Yeah, this is looking up. What's our volume today so far? 300,000 shares, so we're already half of average. And Fridays, we're already half of Fridays, which was about average. So that's not too bad. Oh, I gotta buy this thing, man. LTCN. Jeez. I'm buying some LTCN. You're gonna laugh at me. That's okay. This thing is so LTCN. Let me know what you think about this. LTCN is grayscale Litecoin. LTCN is grayscale Litecoin. They have gone from freaking 35 to 100 well, now 164. It just went up another 10%. It's probably super, super thin order book, though, which I don't like. Where's our level 2? There it is. Wow, look at that. Look at the spread. Jeez. Bid is 180. How's the bid higher than the price? There's the one. Oh, there's 190 getting hit. Someone took it at the ask. Someone market bought LTCN. God. Those percentages are nuts. Bidding 175. So this is Grayscale's Litecoin Trust. The Litecoin is on fire today, if you guys hadn't noticed. Litecoin's up 14%. Looks like Bitcoin finally came back a little bit too. I hadn't even looked at Bitcoin. All right, crossed our 16,177, but Litecoin's on fire. And Litecoin Grayscale, I was thinking about getting some, but I don't know if I can pay freaking, I don't know, I ain't paying 190 for that. It's definitely gonna have to come down a bunch. Maybe I'll buy it on a pullback or something. But this would be good in the Roth. I think Litecoin's gonna go on a stupid run. Litecoin is so beaten down. Tesla getting beaten down over here too. It's going a little bit more red on us. Yeah, very choppy this morning. I don't quite like the action in Tesla this morning at all. Any crazy news? Giga Shanghai to boost production, whatever that means. And it looks like we're starting to cascade a bit lower here to the 404. Oh, Musk got COVID. That's all in the news. Did he actually get it? I saw that he was maybe. Yeah, let's go to his Twitter. There's a hurricane? What? It's frickin' November. How's there a hurricane? I don't know about that, Rob. You'd be surprised the resources at a president's disposal, man. Yeah, apparently we launched astronauts to a space station on an all SpaceX thing, which I thought they already did. But I guess it was just Crew Dragon. It wasn't a Falcon 9. So pretty cool. Yeah, good stuff there. Oh, so they did launch. Yeah, I guess they launched. That's cool. Oh, by the way, guys, did you guys see my tweet? My retweet of Elon Musk's chicken or the egg thing? It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, you did, Cool Shink? You bought Link at 12? Huh, not a bad buy. Wow, what made you do that? That's pretty good. We haven't lowered at 1275. Looks like we're coming up to it right now. No, it was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen in the chicken and the egg, and he retweeted it too. It wasn't like it was a, it wasn't like Elon Musk came up with it. Let me go find it. It's it completely. The answer's egg. The answer's egg. Boom. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Eggs existed here. Eggs existed here. Turtles came, lizards came, snakes branched off of lizards, crocodiles came, then chickens appeared. Eggs, yes. Eggs came first. Done. Game, set, match. Case, as Elon says, case closed. I've never seen it before. My thought was you can't have a chicken without an egg. So it was always the egg. But that puts it in a whole different perspective and makes it even more accurate. But even so, I was still right. Oh, shut up, James. Shut up, James. Don't you start. We just solved the damn chicken and the egg. Now you're going to have us do the turtle or the egg? Damn it. Damn it. So next time you're with your friends, if you ever get to do that again, ask them, hey, what came first, the turtle or the egg? And they're like, isn't it chicken or the egg? You're like, no, fuckhead, that one's solved. No, it's turtle. That's what you say. Verbatim. Verbatim. That's exactly what you do. All right, let's take a look at the world. Litecoin is the most valuable thing on the planet. It's just a fact, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a fact. Very fine foods. Looks like they got up a little bit and already pulled back. Touche, Ellie. Touche. Maybe that's my problem. I don't know. I'm too right all the time. That's my problem, Ellie. I'm just too much right. There's too much right going on over here. All right, very fine foods here though. Doing a little bit of a trend reversal. Nothing outstanding, but if this is something you've been interested in, I think you could take a position on this particular one. It's going to take a while probably for it to take its next leg up, but I think I like this setup quite a lot. I like this setup a lot. Probably should get some more. All right, so on the vaccine news, you got some of these AMC's popping. Um, what is it? Norwegian Cruise Lines popping. Can you hear the puppy? Can you hear it? My OBS, I gotta check my microphone settings then. I actually have a puppy that's barking in the background if you're wondering what I'm talking about. INSG up here pretty good, about 5.6%. Not quite sure why they had earnings, but that already happened. Royal Caribbean up a little bit. INSG, Signature Bank in New York. Actually kind of breaking up right there. All right, I gotta go regulate the dog. All right, regulated. Signature Bank in New York. I actually kind of like this. Look at this. Nice bull flag. Great volume. Um, short the dog. Short the dog. Let's take a measured move out of this thing. That leads you up to 130. Let's see what that looks like for a trade for Signature Bank in New York here. I'm not sure if it'll do it, but it's a pretty concise flag. 130. And it's got 130 2 days out. Ooh, wow, that's not bad. 400%. All right, guys. All right. So yeah, for 32 days out, not too bad of a risk reward profile here for SBNY. Really good volume. I'm not sure if there's anything else that's although if we go back into lockdowns, if New York goes back into lockdowns, this thing's going to tank hard. So it's probably not even worth the risk at this stage of the game, as choppy as things have been. I'm not in space. Yeah, I haven't. I had a trade on space a while ago. I think it was during this leg. I haven't touched it since. I like it. I want to think I like it, but it's not doing it for me yet. I can't rationalize a position. Just nothing doing yet. GBTC 3% today. All right, let's keep going here. We got so Myrna with vaccine news. Of course, they're already selling that off from 105 overnight. It's already 94, so nothing to do there. UAL, AMC, Lemonade. So actually, Rob, didn't you have a Soxel question a while ago about buying Soxel or something? Yes, I mean Soxel's doing good. It keeps going up. I can't argue against Soxel at all. I have no arguments against Soxel. Micron. Let's check out that Micron trade we had, Ellie. I should look at that SBNY trade. Shoot. I should have saved that one. I need to have... Yeah, I need some more stuff in StockShed. More watch list type stuff. Okay, so we have Micron at going to 92, apparently. And what's the 9/17/2021? Right there. So it is now a 57.5. It's now 188% from a 342 when we were looking at it. Oh gosh. Things already doubled. Yeah. Things already doubled. So it's not even the best trade anymore. The best trade right now would be probably the 65, which is 250%, which is better than 188. Break even to 72, which would still get it into all-time highs. That's not bad either. I gotta get rid of that other Micron trade. I'll keep it. Yeah. I can get Pi Method done, then we can work on some of this stuff. I can do some coding, hopefully. I like coding. It's fun. Yeah, Micron doing good stuff here. Nvidia's up too, guys. Nvidia's up 2% today. This is looking pretty good. This is starting to flatten out. You do have earnings coming up. Ooh, 2 days. Really, really tight. You said Amazon's coming up too? Not bad. It's tightening up as well, going into kind of an equilibrium pattern. I don't think it's time yet, but it's doing good. I mean, look at the earnings from COVID, man. $12 a share, $10 a share from barely, not even quite $6 a share. And then prior to that, $6 a share. So earnings basically doubled on Amazon, hence the large move. They bought it ahead of earnings acceleration. So pretty good. Yeah, not ready to jump on Amazon yet either. How's AMD doing? If I can catch it. AMD doing pretty good, holding nice and tight at the trend line. Looks like it, still trying to shift to move higher. Rocket Mortgage. Okay, yeah, not too bad. Lots of decent volume here recently. I think longer term is fine for Rocket. Thinking about the stocks that weren't running like Amazon, AMD, I'm thinking it could be calculated accumulate. Absolutely, Ellie. Yeah. Well, that's what a base is, right? A base is A chance for that's what a base gives you, a platform to launch off of. That's what it does. The question is when. That's the problem with some of these. And a lot of these, not a lot of them, but many bases can take very long periods of time. Now we just broke out from a very long base, so it's unlikely we'll have another very long base here. It's possible, um, but yeah, no, definitely I think accumulation. Yeah, that's all they do here is accumulate. I mean, look, when you think about it, all these institutions, all they do is buy all day long. They sell some stuff, but most of the time they're looking at stuff to get into. They're always putting money to work in something. Well, yeah, maybe Ellie. I've had that thought in the past. I mean, eventually, I've noticed a lot of people go through some same thought processes that I have gone through in the past. This is just for me, though. Everyone's a little different, but eventually I just like, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's kind of like how basing works. It's not that they hold it to a price, but they take profits at a price. And when you think of they, quotation mark, air quotes, they, when you think of they are many, many different people. It's not like there's one specific entity controlling how Amazon moves. It's the culmination of a basket full of traders doing different things, and after so long, one of those baskets takes a big chunk out of it, and then everything else kind of corresponds. Then people see value in Amazon. Oh, it's down 12%. Let me buy Amazon, and then they buy it, and it creates a bottom. Then it goes higher. Oh, it's getting close to the high. Let me sell and take more profits. I mean, the psychology behind it is, you know, we've gone over this stuff a million times. At least I think I've gone over it a million times. I don't know who's heard it a million times or paid attention a million times, but anyway, generally that is how it works. It stops at some place where some large whale wants to take a profit, and that's usually what swings the market in the opposite direction. And then same with bottoming. Another whale decides that's a good place for a bottom, and then another whale follows that whale, and then it just kind of continues on and on. Unless you're something like, yeah, well, whale institution. Either way, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean that's how the basings work. And if you notice, when they're basing like this and they're holding up and they're holding steady, and hopefully get some volume decrease, although it's hard in the stock market these days with all the high frequency trading and everything. Volume's always churning. So you really don't get super low volumes in a lot of instances. But when you do, you get it more in crypto because crypto is more real these days, but that's okay. Anywho, let's check out. Looks like U's come down 5%. That's not U. I got jumped around on. Okay, so U coming back down a little bit. Nothing crazy. Space 9%. JD.com 7.25. Good thing I never jumped back in there. Fastly. You? No. Look at you. It's great. It's really good. It just hasn't hit its blast off point yet. When I look at you know what I think of? That's exactly what I think of. I think of Zoom. Remember early in the pandemic? Like right here? Darn it, how come I can't? There we go. So Zoom earlier on in the pandemic had really good volume, but just kind of was chopping around. And then it goes on and blasts off a little bit, but it just chops up a bunch. It just chops up. There's so much chop that happened. Then finally it started blasting off way higher, much much higher. So it was chopping, yeah, like you said, sub 100. It was actually nice and tight, sub 100. But then it started chop. It was doing good. Respected its 50-day moving average a number of times. I mean, you may do something similar if you can buy it on the 50-day. That may be the thing to do with you. But it hasn't really had a first major rally yet. It's had a loose breakout from this small triangle, but you can see how choppy it's been. So if you want to try to buy it lower, I guess that's something you can do. But I mean, I don't think it's not going to go like Zoom. I don't think. Unity Software, it's a unique. I would like to know more about their business model and stuff, but it's a good platform. A lot of people use it, so interesting to kind of see how that goes. But I mean, generally I like it. I like it a lot. It's very unique. There's like Unity and I think Unreal Engine. I think they're competing. I don't think they're the same thing. I haven't really researched it if you can't tell, but anyway. So JD getting choppy, Fastly, not really bouncing back, Solo. Okay. Genus, Donkey Kong, BLFS, Riot Blockchain, pretty sideways. Zoom lower after vaccine news. EPAM, nice. Yeah, a lot of consolidations right now. I think we're good at some point, but we're just not ready. I don't think we're quite ready to go back into super bullish mode. Domino's Pizza. I was talking to someone about Domino's this weekend, just their major transformation. Look at their low at $2, and they're at $384 in 2008. Look at that massive crash. Absolutely crazy on Domino's, and it's just been almost nonstop since. Quite amazing. Quite an amazing run for Domino's. So I don't know how much more room Domino's has, but I've always wanted to get another leg in it. That's probably as much valuation as you can expect from a pizza place. All right, Beyond Meat, big old gap lower. That kind of murdering that chart for me for a while. KG not doing so good. Massey holding up relatively nicely. D.R. Horton choppy. Spotify choppy. LAD. So we're definitely basing right now. I don't know when we're going to get the next leg up, but we're basing at the moment. Not sure what's going to spark it. I think Tesla has one of the better chances because it's in a triangle formation. Those can break out. Speaking of which, here's Tesla. Like I said, I think Tesla has a decent chance of breaking out at some stage. Maybe we'll come back down and test this trend line here. I don't know, but it's I like it. I really do like Tesla at this stage. Really looks like Apple. You guys saw that the other day. If you guys didn't, let me know and I can go over it again if you want me to. Otherwise, I've beaten that dead horse a bunch. But I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Oh shoot, 8:17 guys. I gotta go. Having too much fun. SellH. This thing finally ran on earnings too. Finally got going. Good pattern, worked. And yeah, is what it is. All right, guys, I gotta bail. I didn't realize it was as late, even though I looked at the time a minute ago. I didn't realize it was this late. I gotta go. You guys have a good day. I will see you in the power hour later, or I will see you tomorrow. Looks like Tesla is bouncing back a little bit. All right, guys.